we had decided to split the group again. Brun and Navos heading back with little Lyric to drop him off after realizing it might be a little too dangerous for him in these woods, the woods of a place that we don't know. So they take our young Lyric back to the Tower of Power, well, Tower without power. That's why we are in the woods. And they convince Arati to watch young Lyric for the sum of 10 gold pieces. Brun tried to throw in, but Navos was like, no, I got this from the armory. Doesn't matter. It's free money. So they pay up for Arati to watch Lyric, and then they pay an even heftier price as Navos gives up Uncommon to Ebok to allow Lyric free access to the library so that he may learn and become a better Cyclopean than his father. Over in the woods with Richard and Duncan, they get to know each other a little bit, kind of talking about what we're doing in the woods, how Richard came to be so primitive in his ways. Richard kind of field dressing a rabbit as he finds them, collecting herbs and different flowers along the trail for some sort of project that he is working on. After some time talking, Richard and Duncan were going to make a plan to see if they can track down the Sun Eater before the other two show up, but the other two show up before they can even do anything with their day. And all five of us, or four of us, are once again reunited. Well, we start heading out into the woods. After some time, we did find this old kind of gate. None of anything significant yet, but it did put us onto the road, continuing north, following some tracks until we found Fort Izard, an outward post of Ferenti the Relentless, a hunting god of the area, with different paladins flying her banner within this fort. Entering the fort was pretty easy. They seemed nonchalant about us coming in. They had nothing to hide. There's nothing really there. And as we entered, we talked to the head of Fort Isard, Arepo, who kind of gave us the situation of what we were experiencing. We gave it a name, the Sun Eater. We had asked them for reports, but they didn't really have anything. But they told us to go talk to two of the people also in the fort, Three Flowers, who may have seen the Sun Eater around the woods, and Pyrex, who recently came back from an injury, is sitting in the infirmary, possibly an attack from the Sun Eater. We don't really know. We decided to try to split up, but then our guide was like, "Actually, don't split up anymore. That's not a thing that you're allowed to do anymore. You should feel bad about it." So the four of us agreed to go talk to Three Flowers, and that is where we kind of left off last or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
It's been so long.
Yeah, we've done
It's
two
been
guest sessions.
84 years. Any additional notes from anyone else? Something to add?
Learned a little more about Navos's past. Mentioned the city, however, Brun is not able to recognize it, as well as Ebot kind of giving a weird grimace towards it as well.
Arcanus, this creature. I remember.
And two paladin orders we ran into. Order of Flames Radiance, who runs around barefoot with like tattoos that make it look like their feet are covered in soot. And the Order of Verdant Growth, which we did not get a ton of information on, but those are two such two groups that are frolicking around this area.
Okay. Evan, how
Yes.
is your inspo?
I don't think I. Oh, I do have one. I do have one inspiration.
Ooh, okay. Trying to think of all the things that are currently in play on people's inspiration boards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grant you a +1 to uh, any one check of your choice.
Plus
To
one
be
to check.
decided now.
Oh, can it be a saving throw?
Yeah.
I'll take dexterity saving throw because I'm pretty bad at
Dexterity
that.
saving throws.
I'll take that.
All right, give yourself a +1 to that.
I think I might need it. I stretched this morning. I'm a little nimble. Did my little oogly
Brilliant.
wooglies, my noodles.
You got to sleep in a bed by yourself. You didn't have to cuddle with
Yeah.
Brun or Nabos.
My old man
you
era
you
water
got a little
aerobic.
more room.
So we are back in the fort. Fort Isard.
Mhm.
You had just cornered Three Flower. Let me grab. Do I have a
I-
picture of them? Oh, I'm
I
so
believe we were chasing
ill-prepared.
down his scent. He smokes a pipe, if I'm not mistaken, and we were kind of following
Yes.
our nose, Rule 19, to make sure that we could find him through his smoke.
I gotta
Following
triple
the
check I
smell
have
of
that
half
one.
leaf.
I gotta triple check I have that one. I'm pretty sure I do.
You do. I think it's the fourth time I've mentioned it now. Rule 19 for all your nose.
I feel like that one should already be in the list, yeah.
I do. It is between 49, cleanliness is godliness, and 101, no one is beyond redemption.
Excellent. Grabbing photo. Do do do. Yeah, I am not in my usual studio, so things are a little bit weird today. There's Three Flower. Following the scent of smoke, burning half leaf, you find a very comfortable, sunny corner of the courtyard with this particular individual. A little gnome, you would assume druid based on the information you've gathered thus far. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying this cozy spot. You see a strange looking little critter, purplish fur, 6 legs, antlers, and multiple eyes. A weird little squirrel thing that none of you are familiar with. You hear Reshard mutter about phase squirrels, just how they're invasive, they're vermin, that kind of thing. Walking up, your presence is only vaguely noted at first until Three Flower kind of actually recognizes that there's a group of people approaching him. It's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Is this your corner? I Moo, let's go. Let's get out of their way. Um, please, please, please enjoy this corner. I'm so sorry." And he's standing up, like brushing himself off, trying to gather himself. When he said Moo, the squirrel hopped up on top of the hat from where it was comfy cozy on his lap and
Uh,
is preparing to depart very quickly. Seems very
sorry.
nervous that
Uh,
you're
I,
around.
I, I don't mean to take your spot. Three flowers, I presume.
Three Flower, that's me.
We were actually on our way to look for you specifically. You may take your seat. We just have a couple questions we would like to ask you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
We're sent by a
I
repo.
a repo sent you.
Mhm.
Okay. How can I help you?
We just have a couple of questions. My friends and I here, we're hunting down a devilish monster in these woods, a sun
Oh dear.
eater. Yes,
Oh, the
quite.
Sun Eater. Not a
Yes,
devil. Not a devil at all.
not a devil.
Um,
Devil in metaphor rather than
yes.
physical stature. A
Um,
We
I
were
presume
curious
you're
if you've
going
seen it.
after.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
I
You'd
have
be
not
correct.
seen it. But Pyrex came back.
Mhm.
Um,
He was
much
next
worse
on our
for
list.
wear
Yes,
from
I've heard.
their encounter. Um, what would you like to know? Um, we,
Well,
I'm a
anything.
representative of the druids to the north here. I would be happy to assist you in any way that I can. Pylora isn't uh, much for lots of monies, but we can offer some kind of reward. This creature is acting quite off from how it should be, so it has
Well,
reached a point we cannot abide by it,
that
unfortunately.
is one of the questions I'd like to ask you. But first off, whereabouts have you seen this creature, or have heard rumblings of it?
Oh, well, so um, please sit down. You might as well join me. Get comfortable. It's very nice here. Um,
I'll take a knee.
he's kind of gesturing just to the ground around, like, have a sit, friends. Let's have story time. You know. Um, so the Sun Eater is a variety of owlbear. It has not been seen for quite some time. It is Fey adjacent. Um, Normally, it would feed on the sun in the Fey realm, which is much more available, especially in the summer court. But occasionally, according to some of our older members who've been around much longer than I have, the Sun Eaters will kind of slip through the veil and end up here. Kind of gestures broadly at the world, not necessarily here in this particular spot. So, because we have day and night, they get grumpy, but we're usually able to either usher them back to where they come from or redirect them to areas of the world that are either sunnier or less prone to the introduction of a greater predator species, which it certainly is. There is a shrine to the north here.
Hmm.
You should be very, very careful going there. There is a creature there that does not take kindly to visitors. The Leshlin and another fey creature. Ordinarily, Leshlin would keep the peace in its territory, but something has interfered. So the Lethlin is um its whereabouts or its current status are unknown in detail. Anyone we've sent has not come back. So you'll want to be very careful. Pay tribute at its shrine, that sort of thing.
I'm not exactly from this area. Could you enlighten me on the customs for paying tribute? Is it a monetary thing? Is it a blessing thing?
The
Is it writing
Lethlin,
little notes and burning them?
traditionally, you would go to the shrine and leave some kind of natural offering.
Mhm.
It is a creature of great power,
Yes, yes.
and her primary goal is to defend the balance of her lands. So, paying deference and making sure you don't intrude or don't disrupt things is important. Showing that you are reverent to the space you are in goes a long way.
Mhm.
Should you disrupt things, I don't imagine you would return either. He takes a little puff on his pipe. to kind of emphasize that point.
Um,
But the Sun Eater,
yeah,
uh, it has taken over a larger, different shrine. We call it Spring Garden.
hmm
You would be heading north and a little east for that.
Okay. Northeast. You had mentioned this Sun Eater acting strangely different from other Sun Eaters or other owl bears in general.
Different based on our records of how the Sun Eaters that end up in our world here tend to act.
Hmm.
It is much more aggressive, much more out of sorts than usual, to a point where we cannot assuage it. We cannot. It is unresponsive to our efforts
And
to redirect it or anything like that.
that is partially why we are looking for this thing. I'd heard of your friend Pyrex, his injuries. I'm assuming it is related to the Sun Eater. And then we would like to pay him a visit after we're done talking here. I'd like to see what kind of help I can help with him in the infirmary. But if this
They
animal
did
isn't,
have an encounter with the Sun Eater. Not in the best of conditions right now. It's
uh,
quite fortunate that they made it back at all.
and we'd like to prevent more incidents like this. I am all for relocating animals, but sometimes they just don't do very well here in the material plane, and they need to be euthanized sometimes.
Rushard behind you starts to ask about what can we take from it? What what can we harvest from
Mhm.
it to prove that we actually killed this thing? And Three Flower, it's gruesome business, but if you could bring its head back, at the very least, that would be proof enough. It's quite distinctive.
Now, is there any evidence to suggest that this is an adult, a child, or a much older version or much older breed of owlbear? Now, I know they can get pretty powerful in their older age.
Well, Pyrex told me a few things, but that was not part of what they had imparted, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Um,
Perhaps.
what
Um,
what Pyrex did tell me, they're a fire druid. They
hmm.
sent one of their balls of flame. It's very flashy, not quite my speed. Towards the beast while it was sleeping. They had come across it, resting, I suppose, and they say they hit it right square in the face. And it's not very agile, I guess. Big lumbering creatures tend not to be.
Mhm.
Um, but Pyrex's magic barely scorched it. Uh, just a few blackened feathers left behind on the beast. And but when it stepped into the sunlight from where it was, those feathers fell out and new ones just sprouted right then and there. Um, Pyrex is still in a bad shape after it blasted them with some sort of sun ray, opened its mouth wide, and toasted them. um, but they had this feather, and he pulls out this interesting plume, fiery red orange with almost a an eye motif at the end of it. Um, They had this feather in their hand when they were brought to the infirmary, and he will hold it out towards you.
I'll take it with my good hand.
Beyond that, I'm not really sure what else to tell you. At the shrine, there have been historic incursions. Seems harsh. Moments where the veil between the Fey realm and ours have blurred. That's usually when these creatures would show up. We do keep track of those events. You can sort of predict them sometimes, so we can make sure that people are clear or make sure that things are prepared in case anything does happen. Um, this one was not scheduled. And he does like air quotes. Uh, Very odd timing on this one. That's why we don't really have many of our number on hand right now. Um,
And I think that's all the questions I have for you. I'll kind of look to Run or Navos if they have anything to ask, and I'll kind of take the feather and place it in my satchel.
Sir Three Feathers.
3 flower, please.
3 flowers.
Just 3 flower.
I apologize.
Three feathers was his father.
Question of 2 other creatures. Have you heard of the Anguisher?
Anguisher. Nasty business, those things. Horrid creatures. Did you encounter one?
Not as of yet. They were our first we were going to encounter, and we decided to switch to the Sun Eater. Wasn't sure if they would be anywhere around this area.
I see. Yes. Nasty business, those things. Try and stay as far away as you can, I would recommend.
And then this little guy on your shoulder. It's a
Moo.
cute little thing.
Blink squirrel.
Blink
Fun
squirrel.
little critter.
Something you summoned, or have they been around?
No. Moo here came through. How long has it been now, Moo? A few years now, decade or so. So Moo came through and has been with me ever since.
Have there been more that have arrived? As I'm doing this, I've been staring at it. Am I seeing any fibers?
Give me a perception.
15.
You are not seeing any fibers off of this creature. 3 flower starts to introduce you. Moo, people, Moo. He is a fey creature, so don't try and talk to him like he's a beast. He does. It won't work. So little guys, little fellows like him, they have an easier time popping through the veil. So it's not totally uncommon to see little smaller fey creatures such as Moo here in and around the shrine that the Sun Eaters hold up in, as far as we can tell.
I see. Now, forgive me, I'm not too well versed. When they appear through this veil, when they pop through, is this by their want, or is this something else happening that allows this to open?
Well, that is quite the question. Depending on who you ask, some believe that they are directing it, some believe it's an accidental thing, some insist that they wish to be here, which maybe they do. I don't quite know. Moo, though we have an understanding, we don't speak typically. Not in language. It's more the connection between two friends, two good friends.
course.
I couldn't tell you if the owlbear intentionally came through. The way it's been acting, I rather doubt it, actually. But what can you do? What can you do? One thing that we have noticed in the typical scheduling of these crossover events, I suppose, there is usually a constellation that is visible up above, which is why it's very strange now that this is happening, because we have not seen that constellation align the way it should. It's 5 colored stars, very distinctive. The central star forms sort of a cross shape with the 4 others. The black star, ringed in light, hard to see it itself, but it has this halo effect behind it. The black star is to the north, so it always sits above the golden one at the center. There's a red one that sits directly opposite to the south. White star goes to the left, the west. There's a blue star that settles in to the right of the golden one, to the east. Usually, when these stars align thusly, that is when we see these creatures come through the most, where that veil is the thinnest, where our world and the Fey realm collide the closest, and things pass through. Sometimes people go through in the other direction, people and creatures, but we don't keep as much track of those as we do what comes through to our side.
And do they make it back?
I couldn't say. I'm assuming you're not very familiar with the Fey realm. It is quite unlike ours, where rules and logic are much different. They do not quite abide by the same that we do. So perhaps those people who go through, intentionally or not, do they want to come back? Do they try and fail? I don't know.
I would love to look into it at some point. Thank you very much for your help. And question.
Yes.
This constellation, is this similar to what we saw in the dream from Ellerin and Kahlo? When we first entered, we saw a specific constellation that kind of had to do with Nevos. Is this different?
Make for me a brains check. What do we usually have you roll for memory? Could do history, could do arcana.
Yeah, they all work. Yeah, they're both the same. 18.
18 for which?
Arcana.
Arcana. The constellation you had seen in the dreamscape was distinct. You don't remember quite the color pattern, but you do remember a large golden star in the middle and 4 around it. Was it the same? Was it slightly different? You're not sure. The fact that this constellation is not constant, but is tracked, is interesting. It would almost make sense that you might not have seen it in your lifetime, but Ellerin might have seen it, depending on how old she actually was.
Hmm. I'll do the same thing as Duncan. Look around to see if anybody else has anything else.
You said you wanted to go meet with Pyrax.
That was our destination after having conversated with you.
It is almost dinner time. Perhaps we should have a meal. The healers are likely to turn you away, but I can talk to them, and perhaps we can get you talking to Pyrax. They were in very bad condition
Mhm.
when I last saw them, so I will want to make sure that you don't do anything to upset them or interfere with what healing needs to happen.
Yes, and our first priority always was to make sure that he was okay, and to lend any aid that we can to poor Pyrex before any questions were asked. Um, it is a tragedy, to say the least, and we just want to make sure that he's okay, and to make sure that no one else is hurt by this creature anymore. But our first duty is to protect the weekend and first.
Did you have any other questions for me for right now? The sun is starting to set, so this might be a good time.
I
Um,
I do.
yes, Brun?
He cranks his head to look all the way up toward you.
Uh, sorry about your neck. In advance. This Leshlin, local spirit sort of maintaining balance. Do we Lathlin, apologies. Lathlin, would Lathlin be the kind of individual to solve this problem on their own? Or would they be someone who could help with this problem? Or is that just not a thing that is done?
The her territory has changed. We have the boundaries of her territory have changed as we have taken stewardship of larger swaths of the forest. She has withdrawn quite a bit in recent years. Ordinarily, she would be the one to deal with something like this, where there's a creature that is disrupting balance. We haven't seen her much, and when we have, it has been from quite the distance. I'm not sure if she would step in, considering the shrine is now outside of her purview. Um, Perhaps if the Sun Eater moved into her section, her territory, she would. But she's not someone to ask something like that of casually. Fey creatures in general exact a price, usually when their power is needed. And I would have no idea what she would ask. If she would even meet with you, I'm not sure.
Understood. Just looking to not walk from one briar bush to another without knowing what's inside. Thank you.
From what I remember, And he settles back and starts really thinking. There used to be a... It was a statue, I think, in the forest of her. I think it was supposed to be. It was used for paying homage to her until visitors started using a smaller location that was a little easier to find. Perhaps if you found that older shrine, I would imagine by now it is in disrepair. It has been quite a while. You may be able to curry some favor if you were to fix it up, or visit at least. I'm not sure. You could try. You would want to tread carefully. Nevos and Brun, you both roll for me. Give me history checks. This is a memory thing. There's a very specific reason it's you two. Because I
Duncan
hate
doesn't remember
Evan.
anything.
No.
Duncan doesn't remember anything.
15.
Also a 15.
Mine was also 15, but who cares?
Who cares, right?
It's not about you, Evan.
Gosh. On the way out of the tower, in one of those muttering spells of Ebox, every time this name Lethlin comes up, like, why do I know that? You realize Ebox said something about it. It was poring over the star chart that Navis had provided, and it muttered something about Lethlin.
I understand now because Duncan would not listen to Ebok, whatever he said. He just didn't care.
Also, we're not there.
I wasn't there, but even if I was,
but
it'd be like I
also-
wasn't there.
You're specifically not paying attention
Whatever
to Ebok
whatever that stupid fucking bird said.
from several leagues away.
Whatever he says is lies, so it doesn't even matter.
It
I'm
has
like it doesn't
been
matter.
fairly honest with all of you thus far.
For a fiend.
Don't you besmirch the name of my boy. My lovely, lovely bastard.
I will agree with you on bastard.
But
But,
the constellation. It looks like this, and Three Flowers stands up, turns around, and shows you the nape of his neck, and there is a tattoo there, with that kind of golden yellow in the middle, and then the cross constellation all around. And these very thin black lines, very elegant, connecting them.
Taking a better look at this. So it's gold in the center, black to the north, blue to the east. What was south and west?
South was red,
Mhm.
and west was white.
Yes.
And as he's showing you, he actually starts naming them as well. Yorith is the yellow one in the middle, and that is the one that completes the constellation. It moves west to east in the sky, but the rate of it is very strange. Nagar is the black one to the north. Sagan is the fierce, bright red one to the south. And Waifa is the shimmering white-colored one to the west. And the blue one is Bolibos. So I will type all of those out if you really care.
Yes, please. Can also come later, but
Do y'all have other questions, or would you like to go get some dinner?
Yeah, I think the sun is setting. You are correct. I, for one, am famished. I don't know about the rest of you, but it is probably time for dinner. Perhaps we can give Pyrex a night of rest and see how he's feeling in the morning. You know,
I think that would be for the best, for their health.
agreed. For their health. We will leave you for the evening. Thank you ever so much for the information you have given us. It is going to tremendous value. I appreciate you telling us about the Lathlin and their stewardship of these forests. I'm sure that we will pay them a visit first. Make sure that we are above board in our endeavor. Not hurting this forest any more than we have to.
You hear your friend, your new friend, grumpy friend. You hear him muttering about, "I've been doing this for years. I don't need no fae to tell me how to handle this forest." He's been grumbling and grousing about the different things going on in this fort since you got here. About how they don't know what they're talking about, like all this bureaucracy, it's unnecessary. And he knows what he's up to, and yada yada yada. So Three Feather will stand up. I do hope that your efforts to go face this Sun Eater, I hope it will go well for your sake and for the forests. If you have other questions before I take you to Pyrex, please feel free to find me again. A little warning would be nice. You're all rather intimidating.
Sorry.
It's, group of fighters and soldiers looking at you, Duncan. Unusual beings. Quite the sight, coming toward one whilst basking in the sun.
Adieu. Have a good night.
Yes, the mess hall is that direction over there. Enjoy. And he will get up, start collecting his small bag, and moo, and getting himself together and wandering away as you all wander toward the mess hall.
Hmm.
On your way there, you are intercepted by the guy that let you in, who flags down. Why can I not remember the name of Andrew's character?
Richard?
Reshard. There we go.
Resh-
Thank you.
Richard. I keep saying Richard. Richard.
It's because I never changed his nickname back. Reshard. Thank you. He is caught by the elbow. Some brief words exchanged. Kind of a serious look from the guard. And Reshard is like, I apparently need to go deal with bureaucracy. They aren't happy with the license that I have from the Phoenix University. Apparently, it doesn't mean much to them, so they want to, I don't know, interrogate me about how I do things. So I'm gonna go talk to them, I guess.
Does this put our
Oh,
permit in
no.
question at all?
I missed how. What did you say?
The permit. We had a permit. Richard had a permit to
Yes.
hunt down this creature. Does that affect this at all?
You'd have to ask this guy. Points to the guard. Uh, I guess just don't leave quite yet. And the guard is like, "We'll let you know. We just need to talk to him for a bit." And Rashard like rolls his eyes heavily, like starts grumbling and rah, 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 rah.
Hmm.
You know the type.
All right, we'll catch up with you later, Richard. Then.
Yeah.
Good hell.
He grins a little bit at that. It's like, hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother! Fight the good fight.
Don't let the man get you down. um, so yes. On your way, you've lost Reshard.
Bye, Richard.
But
Oh no.
bye.
Hope you find your dad.
Bye, guys. That's a reference to something I don't know.
Oh.
We're gonna leave it though. So the evening is yours. You can prepare however you'd like, etc., etc. Any conversations y'all want to have?
Yeah, I kind of while we're having dinner, after we kind of settle ourselves, let's
So
kind
it
of
is
go
a
over.
hearty stew. Sorry, go ahead.
I will tip like a couple of gold to whoever is making this stew, just so that we cover our bases and we're not taking from this camp needlessly.
They look a little surprised at the amount of money and then pocket it without saying a word.
That's fine. Rather overpay than underpay. Sitting down with our companions, perhaps it's time for us to kind of go over the information that we have, so we can plan this out accordingly. To the north is a shrine for this Lethlin. It seems to be some sort of caretaker over these woods. It would behoove us to at least maybe have the woods themselves on our side, if nothing else. I think we could take any advantages we can. Sounds like Pyrex had quite the thrashing, and I'd hate for that to happen to Navos or to you, Brun, or to Richard, wherever he comes back. He seems. I spent the night with him. He seems like an honest fellow, just trying to do right by his people and by his woods. I think he will do us quite the service in defeating this creature and perhaps taking it back to this tower. So I think our first priority should be getting this Lethlin on our side, or as neutral as possible to our cause. Perhaps finding the statue is a good idea. We could ask around the camp maybe for a bucket of water or a bucket and a horse brush. Perhaps we can clean up the statue and make it a site worth visiting once more to these people. I think that would get us in its good graces. This Sun Eater is a variant of an owl bear. I've seen owl bears in my life before, but I've never seen one that can shoot sunlight. Three Flowers, I believe, had said, and is what has caused Pyrex to be in the infirmary. That is a pretty powerful bird, if I ever do say so myself. It also ate a fireball, which is no easy task. Maybe we should look for other means besides magic to bring this thing down, or at the very least, fire magic doesn't seem to affect it as much. I'm imagining it also can heal in the sun, as we had heard. It grew its feathers back as soon as it came into sunlight. I think either fighting this thing in the dark night or in a clouded, overcast area of the forest is our best bet. Tracking its movement, seeing if it has any of those spots that it goes through during its hunt during the day would also help us. Anything from the two of you on strategy or tactics?
Unfortunately, I think Rashid may help with the tracking, but
And perhaps trapping as well. He seems to be quite the nimble hunter.
that is one question I'm going to ask myself later tonight. How much can we trust him? Other than that, Brun, I don't know if you remember Ebok talking about Lathan,
Mhm.
going over these star maps. I could give them a call.
Ebon?
Ebok. I don't know what else they're gonna ask of me, but maybe we can get some more information.
I'm sure our feathered friend has a lot of information. I think local customs may be a little more up to date. If the only time they get new information is when someone wanders in and gets eaten by the tower, I can't be certain of how up to date the information is.
Of course, but I am on your side. Your question of would they help us? Would she help us?
I think I asked the question because either we can bring the Sun Eater into her territory
Mm,
and she'll help us deal with it. Or we force it into her territory. She sees it like either she sees it as an intruder and deals with it, or she's involved somehow.
These could be answers that we could get, questions we could answers for if we had visited the Lethlin.
But if we walk up and say, "Hey, do you have anything to do with this weird owlbear that's coming out of season?" I'm not entirely sure how that works for forest spirits, but most people, if you accuse them of something like that, are going to say no matter what.
right. Little too in the face.
I think the shrine may be worth the attempt. It may be worth the effort to show the respect, but if we don't know if she's going to. She may pick a side, she may remain neutral. I just want to know that I'm not going to get throttled by a face spirit while I'm busy getting my face roasted by a bear.
Of course.
Or another face spirit. Stuck between a bear and a face spirit.
A bear, yeah.
As the saying goes.
Naturally common phrasing.
I share your wariness. Spirits can be mischievous at times, but sometimes they can be honored hosts, and it isn't for us to judge until they've given us something to judge. Maybe Richard will have more information about the Lathlin. And I agree with you, the folklore of this place might be more helpful than Ebok with whatever lies and nonsense he brings. But I would take the folklore with a grain of salt. It does come from a place of superstition and fancy. Pieces of it might be true, pieces of it might be over exaggerated. But all the same, it seems these people do have a natural fear of this thing. Or respect, I should say.
There aren't many Flames Radiance Paladins here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we might be able to talk to them? Have them come with us?
That might be doable.
already need to make my way back, no matter what, but I have an extra liability I need to take care of. I need to get back to Lyric, and as much help as we can would be nice.
I think the Flames Radiance are going to just be something else for it to eat. If fire doesn't work on it.
Well, I'm sure they have conventional weapons as well. I have yet to find a creature that, if it's not stabbed enough, does not get put down.
I do think a nighttime approach will be best.
Unless, Navos, I don't know what is in your bag of tricks. If you have anything that blots out the sunlight or creates a cloud of smoke, perhaps. Not that I want to burn anything in the woods. It seems like an ill-advised activity, but a closed-off area could give us enough cover to perhaps deal with this creature quickly and
I've been
not allow it to utilize the sun.
taking a look. Honestly, it's more about hiding myself than it is hiding the space around it. We do
That
still
might,
have the gloves from Kahlo.
You could use those. I don't know. They only work within Kalo, though, don't they?
You don't know that.
We don't know that because we never tried. But Duncan's going to reaffirm. They only work within Kalo because he is just assuming. That's the only one to call out. He is the first three letters of assume. And yes, perhaps those could be used. We don't know if they work outside of Kalo. I don't think so. So a nighttime or evening approach might be best. Perhaps we can catch it sleeping. I know it gets angry about being in the night. I hope that doesn't make it more vicious and voracious. But it at least negates its healing factor, which could be the turning point of this battle to come.
You mentioned that. Do they sleep? Not much known of the Fae, but
Well, I do believe natural owl bears are nocturnal, but as for a sun eater version of that, maybe on a flip scale. It's still a creature after all. Maybe it does sleep. Truth be told, I don't know much about these beasts from the Fae. It was never my forte. We more studied the hells and what comes out of those. But yes, I think talking to the Lethlin, seeing if we can get an ally, and then approaching this Sun Eater at a more favorable time is our best bet.
right. At least get a sight.
And Duncan will kind of finish his dinner. I don't think there's really much to do in this fort. He will ask around for a bucket and possibly a horse brush, if those are purchasable things here in this fort.
Yeah, a couple silver and it's yours.
Okay, and he will give the couple of silver for a couple of like a gallon-sized bucket and a brush.
You have acquired a bucket and
Yes.
a brush.
Bucket and brush. What else do we need?
I don't care to look up the cost of those, so I'm going to say 5 silver will do you.
Okay, I'll mark that 5 silver. I think I threw 2 gold at the waitstaff for dinner.
Yeah, $200. Here you go. Buy yourself something nice.
Yeah, at the dinner out with friends. Good dinner somewhere. Maybe this wasn't a good dinner to stew, but it's a good dinner to me.
It was a nice hearty dinner.
Yeah, I didn't have to make it.
Very local flavoring. You get the impression that while they are fairly close off of the road, the main road through, where y'all had come up through, they seem to be working on local rationing, if that makes sense. So whatever they can get somewhere around where they are. Probably have hunting parties going out. At one point you heard a little bit of commotion at the gate again, and you saw like a deer being brought in. Right? So it seems that they are not getting restocked as you might expect, given that they are right on the road, which does kind of fit with the vibe of the road hasn't been used a lot lately.
Mhm.
So,
While we're at the mess hall, I know
Mhm.
that there are two factions of paladins, the Radiant Flame and the Verdant Growth. Do they intermingle when they sit and eat, or do they just kind of keep to their own companies?
great question, Derek.
That's who I was asking. Do you think I was asking you, Derek?
Yeah, why would
Do the
why would
Verdant
you ask
Growth
me?
paladins and the Radiant Flame paladins kind of intermingle at this mess table with us, or are they kind of keeping to their own cliques?
Oh, so I would say Verdant Growth.
I know they still fly the same banner under Veridi the Relentless, but
They're still part of the
Veridi.
wilds, yeah.
yeah.
I would say Verdant Growth is a little more open. Will come by. They might have more of a smell of Three Flowers compared to the Flames Radiance. I see the Flames Radiance as more kind of uptight, but still very close
Yeah.
to each other.
Like a fraternity kind of vibe, military-esque.
Military as very treat each other as a family, whereas Verdant Growth are a lot more open to anybody else coming in. So they're all willing to speak, but you'll get more of an open conversation with the Verdant Growth.
Yeah, kind of short, snappy answers from the Flames Radiance.
Mm.
To the point. Yeah, with my bucket and my horse brush, I have acquired all that I need to kill a sun eater.
You are
Um,
well armed.
well armed. Well, only one armed, but
But that one arm is
But
all
not
you need.
empty-handed.
it's not empty. That is true.
Tee.
I think I'll find a good place in the camp to set up a tent or whatnot, because I don't think we have lodging here. I think most people.
Yeah, so if you wanted to ask around, you could probably find some cots. You would be shunted in with the other forces that are here. So you might have some very curious peoples that are within close proximity to where you're sleeping. Or you could set up within the walls. You could set up
I think,
outside the walls too if you really wanted to, but they wouldn't let you back in till morning. So
yeah, I think I would like to first ask permission from any of the guards in the area to kind of, if I can sequester a small area for the three of us to set up a small camp. Nothing too big, no open fires or anything, just
yeah,
tents.
they'd allow it.
Okay,
They
and
would
Duncan would do
allow
that. And
Yeah, you can set up wherever you want. Just stay out of the way of the gate. You should be
no,
fine.
naturally, of course. Thank you ever so much. And Duncan will set up his camp, and if there's nothing else for us to do, we'll go to bed probably a little bit earlier than normal. Tomorrow seems to be a long day, or could be.
Anything else from anyone else?
As Duncan is setting up camp, Run's gonna mosey on over to the medical tent. See what this Praxis guy is doing.
Pyrex.
Pyrex, you are not allowed in, actually.
Okay.
They are making sure that the critical patient who's been brought in is kept secure and safe. You are given a very stern, absolutely not, from an older gentleman who he's got the scrubs on. You would assume that this is the primary healer or somebody rather high up in that hierarchy within the fort. Whoever seems to be kind of in charge here. Absolutely not, is what you're told. Unless The bosses demand it. No one's getting in right now to see the patient. They are in no condition for visitors.
All right.
Which Three Flower had alluded to as well.
Sort of chatting with the doctor. Me and my crew are going after the thing that did this to this gentleman. Any local remedies we can keep an eye out for, in case one of us gets kind of gestures vaguely to the face, a little sunburnt.
Give me persuasion.
Or is it all divine fixing from here on out? Persuasion, that is a 15.
He seems kind of peeved that you're still talking to him. Like he's got work to do. Hold, please. Grabbing my notes.
I know you've got a lot to do. I'm trying to make this quick. If it's able to save the life of one of my companions, I will be eternally grateful.
The druids have talked about various plants in the area being good for this, that, the other thing. My training is primarily in more modern medicines. There's a oh, what the hell is it? Zilkith, something like that. Some kind of plant around here they claim is good for burns. A few of them have wandered in trying to apply it to our patient, and absolutely not. We have actual medicines for that.
Understood. Thank you very much for your time.
Right.
We'll
don't come back unless you need actual healing.
If all goes well, sir, you'll never see me again. And I will mosey off and try to follow my nose to find Three Flowers to ask him what the fuck is going on with this plant. Brun does kind of like, as he steps away and goes, fucking Rule 19. And start wandering, stick his nose up and kind of spin in a circle, and then start trying to find him.
You Toucan Sam your way around the fort, following your nose. The wind is pretty well died down at this point. As the heat from the day is kind of settling, the air is also gone still. There's not much of a breeze coming through. So you're pretty easily able to relocate Three Flower. Hi, hello again. Did you think of something else you wanted to ask me?
Oh, 2 questions.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have a second one of those, sort of pointing at his pipe?
No, unfortunately. I only need the one, so I only carry the one.
Understandable.
Do you smoke?
On occasion. It's been a little while. I've been trying to.
Here. And he starts patting around. He's got very homespun looking clothing and this very well used satchel with him. And he starts digging through the satchel. And as he's rummaging around, the satchel opens, flap is flipped, and you get hit with this herbal everything all at once. Like, it hits the back of your throat. You can taste colors for a second. Like, it is strong, whatever is stashed in that bag. And he produces a small tin. This is a blend that I have been perfecting. My preferred half weed. Here, you take this. You hold on to this. half leaf rather. Give it a try. Let me know what you think.
I certainly will. Thank you. I also wanted to sit with
He
you
also
and ask you-
offers you the pipe for a puff if you would like to try some.
I will absolutely partake if he is offering. I will do the puff puff pass, like any good responsible adult.
So your other question.
Oh yes. Whew, that's been a minute. That is delightful. Yes, other question. Looking out for this Sun Eater thing, trying to be as prepared as we can be. The healer sort of hooking my thumb back to the medical thing. He mentioned you all use the Zilkith plant for any kind of burns or anything like that. Is that the correct name? Do you know what it looks like? Trying to hedge our bets as best we can.
Yes, the Zolkith. It tends to grow on rock. How familiar are you with plants?
I'm fairly good at identifying. More on the urban side. This area of the woods is a little unfamiliar to me, but I am
I see.
good at recognizing plants once I know what to look for.
Right. On rocks where there is a lot of sun exposure, where everything else has been kind of baked away, is the Zilkith. It's not magical necessarily, but it does have some very good healing properties as far as burns go. It thrives where other things cannot, where the sun beats down so hot that everything else is burned away. Essentially, it produces a mucus of sorts. The leaves are heart-shaped. Kind of makes like a hand motion to try and illustrate what he's talking about. They grow very densely. It has very little root structure. You can't really dig into the rock, but the roots spread out very flat across the surface, creating this network. And those roots will hold water to keep it fed that way, and it gently breaks down the rock that it's on for nutrients. The leaves produce this mucus that keeps the rest of the plant from burning, which is why we use it for burns as well. It conveys that property once mashed and applied to a burn. And he is going on about like all the intricacies of this plant. You've hit one of his special interests.
Oh no! I've stumbled into the special. I've activated the trap card.
The trap card. Exactly.
And he's
Plants,
high as
this
shit.
guy,
And he's high. There's no shot I'm getting out of this conversation before dawn.
I never said that half leaf was gonna make you high. You
This is-
assumed that.
This is my headcanon. This is where I'm rolling with it.
Honestly, it's just a state of mind for this guy. He's actually high all the time. The half leaf brings
He's
him
high
down.
on life.
Oh.
He
It
is
brings
high
him back
on life.
down.
High on life too.
Anyway,
Brun, I want to I want to keep up and continue engaging with him as long as I want to like really like kind of fall into this conversation with him. Brun is talking about various plants that he knows from back home.
he's
and-
fascinated by some of the descriptions too, and he starts talking about like the properties of them, like what are the groupings of these plants, yada yada.
And clearly just like, I know about some plants, and then this guy's just like, "Poof, I'm the plant man. And I'm like, yes, you're
Talk to me about plants.
but also definitely trying to like absorb any information about the local flora and fauna that may prove useful in what's to come. Not trying to be a better tracker than Richard, but definitely if something happens to Richard, I want a backup plan. Because he is bite-sized and I am not.
Yeah. So Three Flower will walk you through several of the local plants. Give me a nature check. Let's go with nature to see how well you can remember what
Okay.
you are told.
Is it? May I approach the bench?
Plead your case.
Given the gardener's entire affinity for plants, and being able to use those plants and understanding their roles in an ecosystem, is there any possibility of for advantage on this?
I will give you a +2 to your roll.
+2. Can I also use inspiration on top of that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. Let's see how we do. Oh, we are absolutely using inspiration on that. Give me one moment. Oh my god, that's worse. That's a 9. with the +2
plus whatever
I got a
you already had.
so I got a 7. I got a +2 from you. I have a 0 on the die, and my other roll was a 1.
Woof.
I think he got too deep in the weeds for me. He heard I could talk about plants and just hurled himself into
threw
too much of
himself bodily into that
in-
lecture.
too much taxonomy, and I got lost trying to remember the scientific names for things.
So, the half leaf is having an interesting effect on you. He seems unaffected? Question mark. Whatever you're currently experiencing from this half leaf is not his apparent experience with it, and you're getting like a little woozy. You're feeling a little bit like you are swaying, even though from his perspective you're not swaying, but you feel like the ground is rocking underneath you a little bit, and you're starting to get seasick almost while on dry land. So that combined with the spewing of knowledge that's happening from this little gnome, you are having a terrible time trying to keep up. You remember heart-shaped leaf on rock, flat roots. What's it called again? And then by that point, he has moved on like 3 other plants. And still going. He will continue talking. Are you feeling all right? Your eyes have glazed over. I'm talking too much, aren't I? I do this all the time. I'm so sorry. Did you... Are you sick? Is something wrong?
I think I'm not. As I said, it's been a while since I've indulged. It's hitting a little stronger than I remember it doing. I don't know if the blends have if the strains have gotten stronger, or if I'm just out of.
Oh, the
practice.
half leaf. Oh
Yes.
dear.
But
That is very negligent of me. Are you giant kin? You're very large. Are you?
I am very large. No, I am from good stock, but large stock.
I would love a more detailed account of what you're currently experiencing for my notes later, but now I think you should probably go have some more stew in the mess hall.
Are they still serving?
They are always serving. Plenty of fluids. Get lots of water into you. I know beer and ale is the usual go-to for adventurers, but good clean water
in this state.
will do a lot for you. And we will talk more tomorrow, because I cannot have this happening to anyone else. He looks so concerned.
I appreciate
Moo
the
has
concern.
more eyes than usual when you're looking at him.
The concern is appreciated. I'm sure water and a good nap, and I'll be just right as rain. Thank you for your wisdom and generosityness.
Off you go. And he
Brett
like
kinda,
pats you on the
point-
back of the calf. Like, go, 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 go. Because he
He
can't
bro-
reach anything else.
Brett, it like kind of is pointed off, and
He like tries to turn you a little bit in the right direction.
um, will kind of stumble off towards where he believes he remembers the mess hall being. I don't know how much this is fucking with my balance.
Give me an agility just for the fun of it.
Oh no,
Or
I'm
an
bad at
athletics.
those.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is even worse. This has gone poorly. So if it's a dex roll, it's a 4. If it's athletics, it's an 11.
I'll grant you athletics.
Okay. Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll come back to that later.
Big long strides. Brun's gonna like kind of stumble off into the camp.
Go back. I saw you go towards the medical tent. Did you learn anything?
They're not gonna let us see the guy, and I need more food.
You're
Heart-shaped. That sort of points to Nabos. Heart-shaped plant on a rock, good for birds. Oh, and like it gives a burp, it's just Duncan. You just get a hit of
3 flower.
3 flowers pipe smoke. We're just like, need more food. Oh, and like kind of like again, like goes back off to where he was going.
Incredible. Anything else for the evening?
Yeah, I got 2 quick things.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was,
You gonna go hang out with Three Flower as well?
No, I'd like to imagine I wasn't with Duncan as I was passing by Brun just to mess with him. That just, hey man, you feeling all right?
Oh balls!
You look fucked up. I'm messing with you. I got something to do. Go chill.
Brun is like like stuck his head in a standing rain barrel and is just like pulling his head in and out, trying to like sober himself up. By the time I pull my head up looking around for slow motion Navos, he's gone.
Yeah.
I must have been down there a while. He doesn't move very fast. Back into the bucket.
So I'm gonna find my own space and I'm going to pull up my tarot cards. DM, if you would like to roll.
I would love to roll. That is a 9.
9. Is this new?
I think it might be.
Yes, this is the Watcher. So I'd like to picture this is the glowy one out of my deck. And on this you can see a robed seer on the roof of a crumbling tower, lantern held over the ocean. We could say this is within minutes before the tower falls, and they are just stood watching over it. So, my question is... let's see, I have a few. Our meeting with Lathlin. are we expecting? What kind of results are we expecting when we are planning to leave offerings and as much respect as possible?
Can you describe the card for me once again?
Yeah, a robed seer on the roof of a crumbling tower, minutes away from collapsing as they are watching over an ocean.
Focusing on your question, your attention is drawn to the cracks in the foundation of the tower, that imminent threat. Nothing has happened yet, but that does not mean there is no danger. The seer is focused elsewhere and unaware of what could come, but you are seeing the danger in advance. You are recognizing what could happen. And there's this feeling that there is danger. That is understood. You recognize the risk that is there. You do not feel kinship with this seer in their ignorance.
Okay. Slight heavy breaths. I will put the card back in to my deck.
When you were pulling your card,
Mhm.
you're used to almost this static feeling, like your hand goes a little bit numb, like when your leg falls asleep.
Mhm.
That little bit of fuzz. You are used to that traveling into your hand a little bit as you start clawing through the cards. When you pulled a card this time, you didn't get as much a feeling of that. It was reduced, it was diminished. Take that as you will.
Okay. Gives me a slight better feeling. I will put my deck away and I'm just looking straight out. What do I see? I was planning on going outside. Just wanted to see, have some kind of view.
Let us refer to the map. Which way you looking, friendo?
I'm gonna get something different. So let me go eastways since we came in from the south.
The southwest.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of into
Yes.
this forested section. Okay.
Yep.
Pulling up my notes. Please pull up the notes. There we go. The forests here have been pretty consistently dense as you've been passing through them. The waters have been clean and clear as far as you could tell. Every once in a while, your sigils would burn or make some indication that something was not quite right. There were the occasional animals that were acting a little bit strangely, like the rabbit that Duncan had seen, that Reshard had caught.
Mhm.
Looking out at the trees here, you realize that past the canopy, a little hard for you to see. It's just more and more and more forest. The canopy is well developed. The trees seem strong. They don't break in the winds. They dance kind of as they should. A little to the right of where you're looking into that hex there, you realize there are trees that don't look the same. There's something off about them. They're more spindly. They're reaching a little higher. And the leaves that you're seeing on them are darker and scarcer. And when you train your eye, make me a perception check. Because you got that good eyeball.
I do, but not this time. It's dark. That's a 10.
The moonlight, by now, catches these spindly fingers reaching into the sky. And you can see past them in a way that you can't see through the other canopy. And that's enough to make you think that something's different there.
And this was towards the west. I didn't see that second.
The east, sorry.
Oh, the
Still
east.
the east,
Okay.
but slightly more south.
Oh, sorry, right east. Little southern. Okay.
Yep.
Southern
You were
east.
looking directly east. This is southeast.
Just a little bit below. Okay. And as I'm doing this, I am using one of my sending spells.
Ooh, who we talking to?
Been debating on talking to Ebok. They don't deserve it, even though they may have some information. This is going to Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting sending out guess who? It's Dad. I hope you've had a great day today, Lyric, and have read much. Sleep well, little seedling. I love you.
You wait a moment, and it takes just long enough that you start panicking a smidgen.
Yes.
We're like, why aren't you replying? Please reply. Where are you?
You better be asleep.
This is... You're not here. This is strange. You said I could reply, though. I read more songs. I haven't figured out the notes yet. But I think I will soon. And it stops there. Because I wasn't counting how many words that was.
That's fine. Just anything
It was
is
my
good
world.
enough. Yeah.
This is my realm.
With just so much new information, that gives me a good smile to head back to lay down and rest.
And you all eventually make your way to bed. Evan, was there something that Duncan wanted to do?
Yes, Duncan, he remembered that he was given that feather, and he should probably investigate that. While everyone is kind of up and around for the evening, finding an open torch, an open campfire, Duncan would like to produce his feather and kind of run it along top of the fire to see if there's any reaction and see if it burns at all. It seemed like it was resistant to fire of some kind.
You pass this feather through the flame to the point where you can feel a little singe on the hair of your hand, just a little bit. You don't take any damage from it. Your hands are, or your hand is well worn and calloused.
Mhm.
But the feather doesn't seem to burn. It takes much longer than you would expect.
With that same energy, Duncan would like to try a second experiment. Producing his sword, he'd like to light it aflame with his ability. Now, this fire is not fire, but radiant fire. Uh, and he would like to pass it over the sword as well to see if there's any reaction with the feather. Solar damage, as Duncan knows, is radiant damage. It comes from the same place. The stars are of the gods, they say.
Passing the feather through the radiant flame of your sword, nothing changes. It does not react.
Mhm. That is all the experiments that Duncan can perform, that he wants to perform. So he knows he is basically useless against this thing. um, and Duncan has one final question. Um, when we had leveled up, we gained new skills, new abilities, things like that. But they had to be earned.
Mhm.
Duncan would like to, if this is amenable, pray to Velos for perhaps another trinket to his arsenal. Um, he had heard of paladins in the past not using light, but the thunder of their clashes to bring down smites, the wrathfulness of their swings to inflict fear into their enemies, and is hoping for either one of those spells to add to his repertoire.
Okay. Let's hear this prayer.
Dearest Phalos, my lord, it has been a week since my last prayer. I reach out to you tonight. We are hunting honorably as we can a creature that aims to hurt more travelers and peacekeepers. So they need not fly your banner, they are of this earth and deserve your protection as well. I'm searching for perhaps another way to combat this creature. It seems to have a resistance against flame, against your holy power, but maybe something else can help me. Maybe you can strengthen my muscles so they may swing harder, or make me move as one of your champions so that my movements evoke fear into this creature. I hope you will grant me success in our coming battle, and I hope, beyond anything else, I do you justice. In your name I pray. Amen.
You send out your plea
Mhm.
to wherever with the hopes that your God will hear it. While you do not feel that separation that you felt in Kahlo
Mhm.
when you were collared, there is no response. at this moment. Please
Duncan
roll
doesn't
me.
really expect a response. Velos has always been like the silent one. We kind of pray to him, but we don't really expect him to answer.
Roll
We
me a
kind of
religion.
we kind of expect us to be given a path for us to follow rather than just the answers. I rolled a 19 on the die. My religion is a +3 for 22.
Okay. It is a familiar silence. Nothing new. But you have the confidence, the faith in your God, that should your request be permitted, or however you want to phrase it, you'll
Sanctioned.
have your answer soon enough. It's not yet time to worry that the answer was no, you know?
Yes. Yes.
So we will see how that goes.
And with that, I will take my rest. I need it. It's a long day tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my spell slots back too.
The night becomes cool as the wind has settled and the sun has faded from the sky. That little bit of lingering half leaf, rather, especially around Brunn. The ground saps a little bit of your warmth until you finally warm your blankets with your body heat. And everything is fairly quiet. You don't really hear any wildlife moving around. I assume you all set up within the walls.
Yeah, we had our camp inside.
Is anyone doing a watch?
This place seems pretty secure. Duncan feels at ease.
I think Brun keeps an unintentional watch because he like dunked his head, had some food, had some water, but like gets up because this is like the biggest hit of nicotine he's had, and so he absolutely is gonna find a quiet corner to barf in. So unintentional watch.
I'd imagine Navos goes to bed later than Duncan, and if Duncan feels safe, Navos feels safe.
It's almost a respect thing. Duncan, it's intrusive for us to watch when they already have people hired to watch. It almost feels disrespectful. So, Duncan is at ease. He trusts these people.
The quiet footfalls of some of the paladins, you would assume the barefooted ones, pass by you all. The occasional pause just to check around, and torches stopping briefly in their pass. There is calm that you haven't really felt in the past, month and a half?
It's been a long
Seems
month.
like it's been forever since Alrith. Everything that's happened to you, around you, to people, and the world.
I know. I miss my shop.
Does your shop even exist anymore? You have no idea.
This would be about our big season. You know, people. We just came out of the holidays. People would have bought nice furniture. They usually buy those towards the end of the year, as everybody's kind of stuck inside. They need a new table, need new chairs. Buy them as gifts. I would have
Right?
just been
Springtime
coming off of
comes around and it's like, we
yeah,
gotta
fresh
spruce
wood.
things up. Yeah.
But he's missing all that. He kind of misses the simple life, the simplicity of it.
Everything's been so hectic with new experiences good and bad, mostly bad. Later in the night, Brun, you've gotten up to go puke. Again, you're pretty well empty, but the muscles still feel like they need to do something. You're a little twitchy from the experiences you've been having. There is activity upon the wall. You hear not an alarm just yet, but one of the guards up top has drawn the attention of another, and they are watching and waiting. When you look up, you see them with the torches and sconces, shadows dancing all around behind them, making it hard to see exactly what they're seeing until you hear it. There's this thunk, 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 rhythmic. Something on the outside of the gate. Thunk. And it scoots to the side a little. Thunk. Thunk. And it does not stop. It continues to gently move from one side of the gate to the other and keep moving around the wall. The sound changes a little bit as it moves to stone, but when it finds wood again, thunk. 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 And you hear the voices up above you, hushed whispers. Another one.
Oh no, it's DJ
And
Khaled, the guard.
you return to your retching.
It's because of the DJ Khaled, the
It's
guard.
the DJ Khaled that really makes me want to vomit. Another one. Okay, fantastic. That's not concerning in the slightest.
You, at that point, having vomited beyond what you have left in you, the empty pang of your stomach pushes you back to bed. Like, yes, whatever is going on is concerning, but clearly the guard know what's up. They seem to be acting. You see one of them is grabbing a bow, and you make your way downtown, walking fast
It's
as their
past.
faces pass. And you go back to bed.
It's bedbound.
The headache building pressure in your brain space. Your body convulsing a little bit because it's empty again, but still trying to reject anything that you might give it. Duncan,
Mhm.
in the depths of your sleep, you return to that battlefield that you had seen a while ago in your dreams. All those faces that you've trained. But this time, your weapon is doing something new as you fight off some unseen attacker. There's a force that you are railing against, but you can't make out the shape of it. What effect would you like to learn?
My first choice is Thunderous Smite. It is a smite variant that does thunder damage rather than radiant damage. It is the force of our blows is strong, so strong with religious fervor that it physically will push back our assailants so that they may know their place when it comes to dealing with paladins of Velos Vidar.
And what does it look like as you pour your efforts into your attacks against this
Mhm.
whatever you're fighting in your dream.
So rather than the radiant blinding light that comes with a normal smite, as I invoke Vidar's holy name, in this sense, Vidar enhances my muscles. He enhances my swing, my form, so that I come down with as much power as possible in my forearm. And as it strikes into my target, a thunderous applause or a thunderous clap can be heard as that assailant or foe is driven back 10 feet from me, kind of forced backwards. The thunderous boom.
It takes a couple swings with your weapon in this
Mhm.
dream, but you can feel this redirection of your rage, your fury into your weapon, into your strikes.
Mm.
And you feel like Vidar is there, guiding your hand once again. It's been some time, I imagine, since you've held quite this feeling where,
Mhm.
yes, you prayed, but maybe just the motions, maybe there wasn't much of a response ever, less than you realized. But you feel that comforting presence behind you, guiding your hand once again. And you eventually will wake up. But I think now is a good time for a break.
I agree.
So let's take 7 minutes, come back at 9 o'clock.
Excellent. Thank
See
you,
you in a bit.
Seven.
Okay. What's up?
I don't have a good feeling about this.
I am also worried about this Sun Eater. Um,
What?
I
Oh,
may be
no.
a little ineffective.
No, I think you'll be just fine.
I think I'm being singled out on this adventure. Give me a fiend I can't kill, knowledge I can't have because I gotta listen to said fiend, a monster that's resistant to me.
We'll figure something out.
You're fine.
Duncan, see, there's always a role for everyone in every attack strategy. You might be bait.
Yeah, roll,
Woof.
man.
That was going to be one of my questions with the tarot cards. Is Rashir just using us all for bait?
Ooh.
Fascinating question. Fascinating question.
Mm-hmm.
Evan would say yes, or not Evan. Andrew would say yes, even if he wasn't. Is unfortunately the problem
Oh,
here.
absolutely. He's trying to get revenge.
Listen, we just gotta kill every single one of his PCs.
Yeah.
Y'all have been doing quite the job.
First time he pulls, we didn't kill the first one.
I know.
He's perfectly fine. We just gotta drive this one off. And then it's an episode where we're all playing as Andrew's player characters, teaming up for revenge. Like a goddamn rogues gallery.
What an absolute time that would be, though. That'd be incredible. Ba, 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 ba.
Thane is just leading the meeting. like Vandal Savage. I'm sure you're wondering why I've called you here today. I don't know. Please tell me.
Why is it broken? Why is everything I touch break?
Touching it too hard.
Yeah. We talked about this.
Roll 20, please. Please.
Get it big.
I hate it here. Do. Everything's fine. Welcome back, friends. Everything's great. Don't worry about it. No.
It's okay. The cordyceps deer is definitely not outside.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't be. I wouldn't do that to you. Please? Please fix. Please be right. God dang it. I hate it. I hate it here. Anyway, welcome back, friends. Thank you for being punctual. I am not. For once. Definitely couldn't be me. Morning approaches. The sun is rising. You can feel the warmth returning to the land around you, and the birds start to make their morning calls. There is a little bit more activity than there had been the previous day when you had entered. There's some kind of hubbub going on, but for now, it seems to have nothing to do with any of you. So that's nice. You have a new guard that has approached. This is one of the Verdant Growth paladins. There's this kind of throat clearing going on outside of the tent. Do you all have different tents? I've never actually bothered to ask.
Duncan does not share a tent.
Understood.
Brun was sleeping under just a blanket and under the stars. No tent for Brun.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, just a mat on the ground.
All right. The morning is interrupted slightly by the approach of this paladin. Excuse me, are you awake yet? Hello? Leaning over top of you, Brun.
Kind of cracks the one eye open and goes, Do I smell that bad that you think I'm dead?
Can you roll me a stank check real quick?
Oh, absolutely rolling stank.
Just 1d20.
That's an 8.
Maximum stank.
So, as you mention how bad you smell, you get kind of a whiff of it yourself,
What?
and you're like, yeah, no, that might be fair, actually, if that's what they think. To her credit, this individual leaning over you does not seem to react to the question. And as you kind of clear your eyes, you realize there is a Kenku leaning over you, which is interesting. You haven't seen many Kenku, generally. There was one back in Alrith in the tavern that you all started at. The kickoff event, if you will. But from your time in Kalo, not many Kenku there. A couple, but few and far between. And this one is looking down at you. So perhaps the lack of response to your stank is because they are kind of Corvid based,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that offensive
Not
to
the
them.
sharpest nose in the animal kingdom.
Either that or she doesn't really care.
Good for her. Yeah. Sorry. I kind of like slowly move to sit up.
I take
Sort-
it you were hanging out with Three Flower. I heard a few things about a large gentleman meeting with the gnome. Did
It's
you
not
accept
often,
the pipe?
It's not often the little guy knocks a big guy like me flat on his ass, but Three Flower held his own.
I don't think I've met anyone who has smoked from Three Flower's pipe that has not ended up where you are currently. So kudos for not dying, I suppose.
I didn't think dying was an option. Otherwise, I would have. Well,
There's
I
this
might
little-
have slowed it down a little.
There's this little glint in the eye. Dying is always an option. There's a little
yes.
too much glee in that phrase, but that's okay.
Brun's used to working with Brun's used to working with murderers. Does it? Sees it? Goes cool. Moves on.
We're gonna ignore that.
Not even ignore. Just acknowledge that this tiny little bird friend could shank me in my kidneys, and that's just a thing I know now. Can I? Do you need all three of us, or is it? Were you just looking
Yes,
for
I
me?
was starting with you because I was the most concerned you would be dead by now.
Watch out for sort of jerk my head over to the tent. He's a little grumpy in the morning if he hasn't already been stretching.
I see. Well, you should get yourself together. I will be accompanying your group into the forest today to do some scouting, I believe.
Oh,
Three Flower will be along momentarily. I think he's still rousing himself as well. Needs to come down from the trees. So we should see him soon.
what's your name? I'm Brun. And we'll offer a hand as he's kind of stood himself up.
Brun, nice to meet you. I am Ribbon.
Ribbon.
Riben.
Lovely to meet you, Ribbon.
And you see, standing up, she does have some armor on. It is emblazoned with... I really should just have both of these pages up. I am the fool. Diddly do. You see. Actually, I'm going to make Derek describe verdant growth armor. What are we looking at here?
Hmm. I'd like
all
to
I have written
picture.
down. Oh,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
no, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, all I have written down is emerald green leaf.
What more do you need?
That's it.
One
Everyone
big
just has everyone has one leaf.
One
where it
leaf.
needs to be.
It's the old Adam and Eve pictures.
It's the 3 seashells all over again.
No, you don't know what to do with the 3 seashells?
It's
The one emerald leaf?
definitely. Yeah, leaves, things that they just pick up from the forest. Lots of vines and moss. I could see leather from animals that they've treated well and they've taken care of them. It's not just hunting for clothing. But it's not frequent. It's just bits and pieces. So not heavily armored.
Her armor is well taken care of, Brun, with these mossy, leafy motifs, a lot of depictions of overgrowth carved into the surface of it, very carefully, very lovingly. There's a lot of attention to detail with tish room to grow. There's extra space that she has not, or somebody has not marked yet, but her eyes are quite bright for being this early in the morning. It is lovely to meet you, and based on her name, Ribbon, even though it is spelled incorrectly, you see a lovely little red ribbon tied around the neck into a little bow. You should get yourself together. Get ready to meet with Three Flower. I will rouse your companions.
All right. Well, if I wander off, it's not like I'm hard to find. And I'm gonna look around for any mint or something I can chew to get the god awful taste of day old tobacco and vomit out of my mouth.
Give me a survival for that, just
Okay.
because it's funny.
I shit you not, it's a natural 20. Today, the die is like, all right, you're good now. You've
There's a
rolled
bucket of
nothing.
water and a horse brush outside of Duncan's
I'm
tent.
fucking ready to go. That's not.
Sorry,
I'm
Evan,
not.
what was that hand motion again?
we all got it. We understood.
No,
He was
sorry, I
brushing his
missed it.
teeth
I
with
was
that
looking at my
giant horse
die.
brush. If you pretend like the horse brush was a toothbrush, and you yeah. So
Anyway,
That would also be way more offensive to Lathlin, so we're not going to be using Brun's backwash to clean her temple. I'm good with not doing that.
Ribbon, she sees you kind of looking around and points you in a direction. There's a bit of an herb garden over there for the kitchens. You may find something to help with that.
Mm.
I would recommend the third row back. Those tend to have a pretty strong flavor to them. And she will wander over to Nabos, who's out and about in with a blanket. There's this shadow that crosses your eye through the lid, Navos. Hello, are you awake yet? You feel this like little nudge with a taloned toe.
Shakes a bit. The eye will slowly open. Hello?
Good morning. Your companion, the Brun, he said, is already up. Do you need a moment? You seem like you need a moment.
No, I'll be there. Hi. I don't think I've met you
Hello.
yet.
No, I am Ribbon. I will be joining your group into the forest today after you meet with Three Flower.
Oh, okay. Got you. You're
Did you also smoke from his pipe?
no. I'm just like this. Are
I
you?
see.
Are you a tracker? Is
I am many things. Tracking is something I can do. I tend toward the healing side of things in general, but for now I will be guiding you, at least partially, into the woods.
I see. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
The forest, little bit southeast. Has it looked like that before? Has it been changing?
She's had this, like, very gentle, positive vibe around her. As soon as you mention the forest to the southeast, that is a newer development that some of the druids have been working on trying to rectify.
I see.
Some of my compatriots of the uh, Flames Radiance. There we go. Dang it.
Those guys.
I have a single laptop screen I'm working with. Some of my compatriots with the Flames Radiance have been itching to torch that section of forest for about a month now. I don't know if they're going to continue taking no for an answer because they haven't been very gracious with that answer thus far, and I suspect that their patience is getting even thinner than the canopy over there.
Whatever is decided, I'd say be careful. I thought I saw something before I went to bed. A finger?
A putty cat.
A putty I don't know.
A putty tat. I see. Fingers and putty tats. I will let the druids know. But for now, you should get yourself together. You do have a meeting with Three Flower. Whenever he happens to arise, I may have to go find him and pull him out of his tree. But I will be rousing your final companion very soon as well. Please
Will
help
do.
yourself to the mess hall as well. You should grab a ration for the day. That would be probably in your best interest.
Will do.
And she'll offer a hand, a little clawed hand, to help you up, if you would like it.
Yep, I'll take it. It's nice to meet you, Ribbon.
And you were?
Navos.
Navos. Get yourself together, Navos. And she starts wandering off toward the tent.
She says, "Get yourself together." Just in my head, Lord, I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Girl, I'm fine.
Aren't
A
we
single
all?
dad who works 2 jobs.
Duncan, are you
Duncan.
awake yet?
Duncan is awake, but he's still in bed, which is uncharacteristic of Duncan.
It's
He's
been a
kinda just
minute
laying
since you've had this peace.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, he's just kind of laying in bed. Uncharacteristically, he just feels like he had a very vivid dream last night, and he just kind of wants to soak in it, let it play before it kind of play in his mind before it kind of slips away, as do many of his dreams and many of his ambitions have done so in the past.
Trying to remember the emotions, the feelings, the guiding force within your dream. You're playing it back over and over and trying to internalize it. And you hear this on the bucket outside your tent.
I was like, I don't know, door.
He's got a really nice wooden door, that Duncan guy.
Good
Duncan
morning.
will kind of sit up on his mattress thing. Do come in. Do come in. Who's there? Who comes rapping at my chamber door?
And much to your chagrin, an avian face once again
Very raven.
enters your space. You see this dark, glassy eye, and for a second you panic briefly and realize that it is a corvid type face. Good morning. I'm glad to see you're already awake. She's kind of apprising you a little bit. Very intelligent, dark eyes.
Oh, is
I
she
think-
doing? I'm so sorry. Go on.
Maybe this is a good morning. Good morning to you as well. Who comes calling for me? You're not Run.
I am Ribbon. I am one of the paladins here, Verdant Growth, and
I
I
could tell
have
by your
already
garb.
roused your companions, and you are Velos Vidarian.
Mhm, yes,
Ah,
Paladin.
we don't see many of your sort here. It's interesting.
We get around. We're spread all around everywhere, you know. As far as we can reach, extend our grasps.
I see. Well, your grasp today is on new information, I believe. You'll be meeting with Three Flower. I've roused your companions already. They are starting to get themselves prepared for the day. And now, my dear friend, it is your turn. Please get yourself together, get your things packed. I will be guiding you partially into the woods today. I believe it is a reconnaissance day. Very exciting stuff. Do you need anything from me, or I assume
No,
you're quite
no,
adept at packing your
no, of
own
course.
things?
Particularly, who assigned you to us? Rashard or not Rashard? Three Flowers or Arepo?
Oh, Arapo,
Arepo.
I have been assigned to you because your companion Reshard
Yeah, where is Rashard? I didn't
is.
hear him or smell him this morning.
You see this kind of like
There is an
sort of
awful sense
awkward,
in the air.
look in the eye. He is talking with the guards. His permits are not quite what they need to be. So we are rectifying that with some remediary courses.
Hunting school. I knew he needed it.
Some of the practices that are emphasized in the course that he is certified through are not quite what we agree upon in this part of the world. So we are trying to work around that so that he may rejoin you soon.
I hope
But
sooner rather
for
than
now-
later.
But for now, you should get yourself together so we can get going.
Yes. You are right.
Dang it, Curtis. Anyway, she's
Thank
gonna.
you for the wake up call. I will be around shortly.
Your name was? Sorry, Duncan.
Duncan
Duncan?
Dubois.
Duncan Dubois.
Yes.
Ribbon. I will see you
Nice to meet you.
shortly. And she pops her head back out through the tent. You hear the bucket being righted. It must have been shifted a little bit from the knocking. So she's readjusted it, put the brush back in place very precisely when you go and see it. Like, oh, okay. Somebody with respect.
Respect my bucket.
You didn't see my hand motion, but it was very Italian.
Mm.
Respect. Thank you, Curtis. That one. You knew. So you all gather your things, go to the mess hall, grab some breakfast, get your ration for the day. So you'll have that, and you won't need to mark one off while you are out. Though if you are out longer than the day, you will need to take care of your own food, whether that be foraging, hunting, or if you have stuff already on hand. Reshard will not be joining you this day. He got sent to summer
That's good,
school
man.
for a little bit. But Three Flower wanders in. You can smell him before he shows up, even with the morning bacon and eggs already in your nostrils and in your mouths. The smell of the half leaf, not quite as potent just yet. Seems he's not started up the pipe quite yet in the morning, but the smell does cling just a bit, as Brun has discovered.
Once Brun gets a whiff of it, there's just like a like a quick shiver, and before he just like kind of composes himself and just look. It's like, I hope nobody.
Seeing you all, he grabs his food, wanders over. Good morning. Hello, hello. I have spoken with the caretaker, who is currently taking care of Pyrex. You may go in and ask a few questions. It seems that they are a little bit better, to the point where it should be okay, though this is with the understanding that if you are asked to leave, you will leave as asked.
Of course, of course.
Ribbon, you'll be going out with them, I believe. Yes, I will be. Very excited. I don't get to lead people very often. Right. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So she will hang out here, and
Mhm.
you three will follow Three Flower rather
Mhm.
to the infirmary. Brun, you are hit with that medicinal smell again, and for a second you're like, and you push down.
little
Duncan's-
paler around the head.
Duncan, this smell reminds you very much of some of the infirmaries you've dealt with,
Yeah, like triage kind of
the
smell.
triage setups.
Mhm.
Navos, I don't know if you've spent much time in healing circles, really.
No.
It is a very strange. I think the word I want is ascorbic. It hits your nasal passage and kind of burns a little bit. It's a very pristine smell that hits you as you enter the infirmary. Three Flower talks with the attending nurses, and you are given the okay to go see Pyrex. Doodly doo doo doo. Where is that note? Okay. So, Pyrex is unconscious at the moment. They are a lizard folk that Three Flower had told you focuses on wildfire. That's their main method of tending to forests, is applied burn, prescribed burn rather. When you see them, their skin is red and blistered, It is the heaviest sunburn you've ever seen. Like, they are crispy. The eyes are partially open, like that half-lidded. They're clearly not controlling anything at the moment. And what you can see of their eyes is this milky white. They look blind. Could somebody please make me a medicine check? See what
Duncan
else
would,
you can
would
determine.
like to do that, considering he studied medicine in Clown College.
Well, look at this guy.
That is an 11 plus 6 for a 17.
Man, I got my medicine degree from Triangle Tech. There's no shot there.
Duncan, the burns are undoubtedly from radiant damage.
Mm-hmm. I suspected as much.
There's no question in your mind, and it is so severe that it has to have been some kind of divine healing or magical healing that has kept this individual from succumbing to these wounds.
Mm-hmm.
As you inspect them, the nurse that has allowed you in, you might want to take a look at the hand over there. When they were brought in, they were holding this feather right here. And you're shown a similar feather to the one that you had burned the night
Mhm.
before. The inside of Pyrax's hand, where the feather was apparently held, is unburnt. There's no signs of this horrible sunburn in the palm. The feather itself, just like when you had placed the one that you had into the flames of your sword, those radiant flames,
Mm-hmm.
the feather seems unaffected. It seems very normal. They had indicated that the injuries sustained came from the owlbear directly, and their fire had very little effect on it. As it stepped into sunlight, that seems to have shed the damaged feathers quite rapidly. Not much of what they said was making much sense at the time. Quite a lot of delirium, we suspect, from
Yes,
the pain.
pain will
Quite
do that to you.
extensive. Quite extensive injuries, of course.
Um, but what exactly treatment plan are you putting him on?
The extent of the wounds is quite
It is,
severe, as you
yeah.
can see.
Mhm.
We are quite limited in our healing capabilities. We do need some of our magical healing to remain on retainer in case any forces would need rapid stabilization.
If it is no bother, I am somewhat of a healer myself. I'd be more than happy to throw some of Vidar's love his way and perhaps put him in a more comfortable position.
That would be a conversation for our lead healer. And
Mhm.
while we do appreciate your offer, you may want to save that if you are heading out into the woods. This individual, while in severe condition, they are stable enough for us to continue treatment.
If you, yeah, I don't want to be middlemaning it. I will defer to your judgment, but just thought I'd offer.
It is appreciated.
Can we go see him now?
You've been in the room with Pyrex.
Oh.
You did an examination. That's how you
Mhm.
found the hand unburnt on the inside, etc., etc.
Is Pyrex awake and conscious, or is he kind of like sleeping? And
Unconscious, eyes
Right.
half open, milky white, severely burnt and red and blistered.
Is it okay if we try to rouse him and ask him a couple of questions?
I don't think that would be in their best interest for the continued healing. It's been a rather difficult time, and all the rest they can get, they should get. Your examination here is the extent of what we will allow.
That is more than appreciated.
DM, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
If I use sending, is this something that would affect Pyrex's resting? So say if he is unconscious, am I able? Do I think I'd be able to
They-
answer without affecting them?
So, your understanding of the sending spell, you've managed to get feelings back from, like, Jepka, for instance.
Yeah.
There were some people that you had tried to reach that you got nothing from. This kind of return to sender not available, or receiver not available type feeling.
The number you've dialed is currently out of
Mhm.
service.
Please try again later. You would know, I think, that unconscious does not tend to receive sendings.
Okay.
The soul you are trying to reach is currently not available. Please try again later.
Currently out to lunch.
Yeah.
Eh,
I'll wait for the callback.
If you would like to leave a callback number, please press
Please
1.
press pound.
And then just like cuts to Muzak.
Girl-
Seals kiss from a rose.
Ye old girl from
Yeah,
Ipanema.
he's the glass tower.
Anyway, Derek, was that the extent of your question?
Yeah, just from Navos's perspective. What would I think would happen?
You could certainly try, but you strongly suspect it would not do anything.
Okay.
Pyrax is out to lunch, gone fishing, ain't no reaching them right now.
Give him a smoke break.
He's on Smoko.
It's the only break he
Mhm.
gets.
They are on Smoko.
Yeah, without, I don't want to disturb their procedures here. I don't want to risk Pyrex's life by kind of waking him up. So, with a nod, Duncan will leave. He doesn't have much more to gain from looking at a burnt person. He's seen enough of them.
Brun, as you're leaving, the feather that Pyrex had, this purplish toned one, as opposed to the bright, kind of orangey yellow eye feather, the purple one is handed to you on your way out. You may have use for this. I'm not sure how tracking works.
If I'm being honest, neither do I. And
You see.
thank you. This is the one that Pyrex was holding,
Mhm.
correct?
It was in the
Uh,
hand.
In the hand. I'm gonna sort of tuck that into Brun's little top mount and kind of have it stick it in there, and then walk over to Ribbon. So Ribbon, have you tracked one of these things before?
Never. Um,
Are you doing this mundanely? Are you doing any tracking magics? What's your area of expertise on this?
I'm not really tracking it at all. I will be leading you to the shrine that it is holed up in,
Understood.
as far as we can tell.
Excellent.
Spring Garden is the shrine. Lovely place.
I'm
Gets a
sure.
little bit weird
We were
around
actually
there.
hoping to visit a different shrine first, the one of the Leithan in these lands. Possibly pay a homage to it first.
All right. I'll need to ask around about that one, but I'm sure I could find it for you.
That would be most welcome and most thankful for.
Certainly, there's got to be somebody around here who knows about it.
Three Flowers had mentioned it to us originally. I don't know if they would know more.
He's wandered off by this point. She goes,
Hmm.
"Well, I'll go pick his brain at some point then before we leave."
If we could actually, can we pick his brain while we're leaving? I don't want to waste, especially our plan. I believe involves a nighttime approach, but it is easier to move around the woods during the day.
Certainly. Get your things prepared, I suppose, if you haven't already.
Brun
And
kind of shoulders the pack and goes, "I'm ready when you are."
I will
Right,
go grab my gear as well, and we can be on our way. I
Yes,
will
I did.
leave.
Put my tent away as well.
I will leave some instructions for your other companion, Reshard. Depending on how
do we
long.
have to though? I want him to focus on his studies. This feels very important for him.
Remind me what your passive perception is, or your passive insight, rather. I don't have my cheat sheet
Mine's
today.
at 11.
13.
Mine is a 16.
Oh goddamn!
Oh.
So all of those numbers are higher than a 6. Hold please.
Holding.
So there's this look on her face. Where is it? Where is it? Doodly doo. Doo doo doo.
I'm worried about the specificity of the face we're about to get.
When I had camped with Richard, we kind of had made a pact of non-binding in nature, but he is doing this for his tribe, his peoples. I think it would be only respectful to include him in updates about where we're going and how far along we are progressing. He is invested in this much more than we are. It is
Right.
seemingly only right.
So he hates us. And she pulled the face that I've sent in the chat there. The from the anime Excalibur. Meeting Excalibur rather. In whatever show that is. And it's this face of like, we don't want to deal with him any more than we have to. And the fact that he's here for this amount of time is uncomfy for everyone involved. So the sooner we can shunt him out of here, the better, is the entirety of that face, summed up into one reaction. We would prefer to not keep him for too long. It would be best for him to return to your group as quickly as possible to continue with the tracking and hunting aspect that he seems so very capable of. But for now, we should continue on and get moving. The morning is here. It is a beautiful day, and I do believe, according to Three Flower, the weather should hold quite well. So we should get moving. Things can get a little dicey in the woods, especially nowadays. So we wouldn't want to be delayed too long getting to the shrine. Um, I will. We should be able to find Three Flower on our way out. For now, unless y'all have anything, any last anythings, we will end with you all catching Three Flower, heading out the door.
I'm gonna give the flower, like I'm gonna pull Navos aside, pull the flower and go
Oh, the feather.
the feather, yes, the feather out of my hair and sort of hand it to him or to them and go, "This is yours."
Oh,
Duncan will reach out his hand for the feather. And he'll have the other feather in his hand. And as he's kind of holding it out, not towards Navos, but to collect both feathers, so that two feathers in my hand, or
Is
one
worth
more
one
feather
in
in
the
my,
bush.
it's worth one in that bush.
Duncan, pulling that feather from your pack
Mhm.
and presenting it, as it reaches the daylight, you see the ash where it had burned fall away, and the feather is fresh and renewed
Mm.
once again.
I might have an
It
idea
looks
with
like
these
it never
feathers.
burned.
If we could collect enough of them and stuff them into our shirts, it may offer some sort of insulated protection from whatever fire or solar breath this thing has.
from not having that burn. I see
Mhm.
what you mean. Or are you trying to collect as many as possible and be a dozen feathers to beat 3 flowers? You're trying to take over.
If only, if only. But I have no conquest in my heart.
When you go to reach for the one that Brun is holding to Navos, Brun is gonna like pull it away and go, "I understand where you're coming from with this. You and I, you saw what this thing did to Pyrex. If you and I take a hit from that, we can close one eye or something like that." And sort of handing it to Navos. "You can't."
You know, what if it aims for hands?
That's fine.
Hand.
Well, a hand. Like, I only have one hand.
You've proven quite well that you can. You've gotten along this far with just one hand.
All right, whatever. And Duncan will put back his one feather into his satchel.
And
His
we'll hand.
chicken suit idea has gone out the window.
I don't disagree with the chicken suit idea. Right now, though,
It's not too late. So.
keeping
We could
our-
tar and feather
keeping our
Brun.
one eye. Not again. It's not as comfortable as you think. Navos, I'd like to keep your one eye as open as long as possible. I don't think you can't read to lyric if you can't see the books.
That's true. Thank you, Brun. Duncan, maybe we can forge some more. Perhaps they've dropped some
Perhaps.
along the path.
It sounds like every time the Sun Eater steps into the sun, it sheds its feathers. If it has taken any damage, that could be a good time to collect. Or if it has done this in the past, there might be piles of feathers throughout the forests. But let's meet up with three flowers and get on our way.
I'll stick the feather somewhere along any spikes I have. Brun, by the
Kind
way.
of tuck it under one of the plates.
Yeah. Lyrics
Get
learning a
whole
lot.
hawk.
I think they will be ready to sing once we make it back.
Sounds like a good little concert.
And with that, that is where we will end for the evening. Thank you, friends, for being here.
Yay.
Yay. Any stars or wishes for this week?
It felt like a pretty mellow episode. I think we got some information. Definitely, I'm definitely feeling more prepared for this Sun Eater. I was not expecting it to be an owl bear, but
I also love that idea that it's like
Mhm.
a mix of an owl bear and a Meganium from Pokemon is kind of the
Mhm.
headcanon, and the fact that it's got Solar Beam has me concerned.
Dude, this
So
oh, you thinking it's like a hyper beam kind of solar beam, or is it?
I'm
I was thinking like solar fire breath, like
what were you
radiant
saying,
fire.
Derek?
this entire time I was picturing like the biblically accurate angels.
Oh,
Whatever
just
we're gonna
like
see
an
is just gonna be a nightmare.
fact that it-
So I was gonna say star to all three of you for asking questions. It's been very interesting hearing you talk through the information you've gathered and what conclusions you've drawn, and just like off to the side,
Drawn
be like,
incorrectly.
okay, okay,
I
check,
dislike that
check,
intensely.
okay. Gonna write that one down. Just like taking notes off to the side has been very fun. So I'm glad you all have taken the opportunity to expand your knowledge in preparation.
Yeah, I'm star for like all the little drops. I mean, this has been the most notes I've taken in any session so far.
Yeah.
Nice. So, full disclosure, this is from Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting. So, there is a lot of pre-written stuff with this, but a hefty dose of my own twists and turns in there too. So, I'm so glad that y'all were taking some notes. I saw a lot of people like dropping the face to start writing stuff. I'm like, yep, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Duncan's trying to
Um,
think of a plan of attack. That's his.
I'm fascinated by the chicken suit idea.
I also really like that plan. I just wanted to protect Navos's one good eye because yeah, we can lose one.
Mhm.
But also
and
was
be okay.
curious, what if I do lose my eye? So, not now, maybe like 50 games from
Didn't-
now. What? could
Technically,
I
you
see
already
something?
lost it when Lyric was born. Wasn't he born of your eye?
So does he pod out a blind child that has to listen to audiobooks?
These are fascinating questions we can explore in the future.
It's true.
Yeah, because I fell asleep. I don't know what happened.
Wake up in a bathtub full of ice with no kidneys.
No eyeball.
And
Dang it, they
and
got me again.
And a small child.
Hey, Daddy.
Papa.
Let's see here. Anything else for that? It's been so long since we've had like a main
regular
campaign
session.
story. Evan, how does Duncan feel about Ribbon?
Duncan is okay with Ribbon. He likes quirky characters. He feels bad that we're hunting a bird, and by getting help from a bird, he feels conflicted. But
Now you're just making racial assumptions.
they're close. It's like if we were hunting a giant ape, and Brun was guiding us. The as far as a bird, he is fine with. He has worked with.
So
other avians
that
before.
question is very pointed because session 41? No, session 30, 40. Session 40. I wrote down wishes NPCs for Duncan to actually like.
Hmm.
So that's there we
That's
go.
when we met Ebok, and Ebok was an owl, and it had nothing to do with Ebok being an owl. It had with Ebok being a demon.
I see. I see. You're
Feather-
fine with birds.
So feathers
I'm with
good.
birds. Feathers are
or
fine.
feathers neutral.
Yes, it's how you use those feathers for good
Uh,
or for evil that determines whether or not you have Duncan's allegiance or
Very bird heavy here.
pity.
Ribbon was randomly rolled to be a Kenku, so that's fun. Fun little happenstance.
I really like Ribbon as a character. I cannot. I'm telling you this with the understanding that this will be used against me in a court of law. But I'm growing attached to Ribbon already.
So that's a fun little thing that you've just said there, because it seems like you get attached to a lot of NPCs pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tuck that one away.
That's fair.
But anyway, does anybody have any wishes for this week?